Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream on my channel. We're joined here today by SSM Crypto. We are both live on both our channels. So remember guys, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to both our channels today. So guys, I know this is a surprise live stream because I do have a new schedule now, which I will be sticking to. So I also will be live in a couple hours later, 9 p.m. UAE time. However, guys, today we just want to discuss a plethora of different things because we haven't been live that often on our channels. So now, as you guys probably already know, Bitcoin has seen a dip, and SSM has a few words about that. So why don't you get straight into this, SSM?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Seth. And hello, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful week, and I'm hoping you have an even more fantastic weekend. So, regarding Bitcoin, the first thing I would like to talk about is, what could be the cause for the dip right now. And to be honest, I think this normal market behavior. Bitcoin moved from 19K to over 30K, about 31K. So that's a 10K move to the upside, and there will surely be people who take profits. So I think volatility is something to expect with crypto. It's something that is healthy, and people are being too scared right now. I mean, when Bitcoin was breaking 25K and 27K, there were talks about Bitcoin reaching $1 million in 1 week, and now there are people talking about Bitcoin going to 10K. So crypto Twitter is usually too loud. They're usually too emotional about things. So always take all of these Ford and Bull talks with a grain of salt. So yeah, personally, do I think it's over? No, I still think maybe we might still see a little bit more retrace to about 25K, but overall, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. I'm still bullish on the market movements. Outside of crypto, there's a lot of good news in macroeconomic situation. There are expert traders saying that inflation won't rise so much again for the rest of the year, and the dollar, there's talks about improving it to combat the Chinese and all of that. So yeah, regarding Bitcoin, I think it's just normal volatility. I think it's just normal profits. It's just normal for people who got in at 15K to take profits at this point, 2x for Bitcoin. But there's something special about it. Whenever the market dips like this, when Bitcoin takes a beating, it drags the whole market down with it. And a lot of people like to invest in low cap gems because they believe they are getting in early. But when Bitcoin is dipping, it gives you a special opportunity of getting in early in high cap gems. So this might be a good time for you to start accumulating some of the high cap gems that you like, because crypto gem hunting is not just about the low caps. There are also good opportunities for you in the high caps. So being in the crypto space, succeeding in the crypto space is being able to understand that you can still make a good amount of gains with the high caps. So what are some of the high caps that you can take advantage of? Aside from my own personal picks, you should also look into them. Like, Tezos is on a sale right now. I missed out on Tezos, last year. I think this is a good opportunity for me to get into Tezos at this market cap. So examples like that. So Bitcoin dipping, Bitcoin retracing is a very good opportunity for you to get into some high caps. What are some of the high caps I'm looking at personally on this dip? My favorite, Quant. One of my
Wait, before you
favorites
get
is
into
Quant.
SSM, let me have a few words. And then we can get onto the
Yeah.
projects after. So yeah, I'm in utter agreement of everything SSM just said there, guys. What you need to pay attention to is how Bitcoin performs, because whether we like it or not, most of the market is tied to Bitcoin. So typically what we see is if Bitcoin has a pullback, if we see Bitcoin dip, firstly, we see Ethereum follow. Then after Ethereum follow, we do see altcoins follow. Now, what we're seeing now is a lot of altcoins getting trashed, but those are mostly the very, very low cap gems. But what we are seeing, guys, is a great opportunity to invest into a lot of other high caps, because high caps are very closely tied to Bitcoin compared to the low cap gems. For example, I can put in 5K in some of these low cap gems or 50K, and they're going to 3x, despite Bitcoin being down X%. So this is why we need to pay attention to the high caps, guys. I understand you guys want to make the most lucrative returns as possible. But one thing you guys need to stop doing is assuming you can only make 50, 100, 100x plus with only micro degen cap plays. That is not true at all, guys, in crypto. I've been in crypto for a very long time, guys, and I made some very lucrative returns, 100x plus, on a lot of higher cap gems. Yes, high cap gems. So remember, guys, don't only look towards low cap gems. Your portfolio shouldn't only be micro cap gems. You should diversify into high caps, mid caps, and low caps. So on to some of the high caps we're going to talk about, Sam. Why don't you give me one high cap that you're looking at, then I'll give one high cap that I'm looking at.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm always, excited to talk about quant, because it does a lot of things right. I'm a big fan of interoperability because the future of crypto is all about connectivity between different layer ones. The future of crypto is about how well we can benefit from the plus of different blockchains. So there might be areas of Ethereum you like, maybe it's security or it's smart contract deployment, how the fan base, there can be aspects of Polkadot that you like, so many competing layer ones. Being able to communicate is a very big deal, in my opinion. Even, yeah, like VChain. So all of these layer ones, the way Quant achieves interoperability is very unique. There's this relay mechanism, like a hub mechanism, that's for Polkadot and Cosmos, where we have parachain and relay chains. It allows all of the layer ones do their own thing and then submit the results to the parachain, and then it gets posted on the ledger. So, but for Quant achieves interoperability by using an operating system where the overledger operating system, and I think that's unique, and I like their approach with it. There's also talks about QRC tokens now, using the Quant standard. I like the fact that Quant is, bringing something entirely new to the crypto space. How it achieves interoperability is unique, and these are the kind of things that makes a project go really high. So Quant is a project that I believe can easily reach $1,000, and that's impressive, especially for a high cap gem. It's about $1 billion in market cap, about $1.2 billion in market cap. So for the long term, investing in a project that has strong utility, that is regulatory compliance, that supports interoperability, that financial institutions will find relevant, projects within crypto and outside crypto will find relevance. All of these are strong use cases for a project, and these are the kind of things we like to see, a project that can grow organically, not just hype like with meme coins that we see. And seeing that Quant is close to $100, for me, any price around $100 for Quant is a good time to, at the very least, DCA, get some exposure to it. So yeah, that's one of the high caps I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm in utter agreement with what you just said there, SSM. Quant is a fundamentally very strong project. On top of that, it's ISO compliant, which means essentially, in the most simplest form, the utility that is proposed of Quant could actually be applied in reality due to regulation not being a problem. Now, on to the TA for Quant. What I will say, guys, is if you just look at the RSI, Quant is looking, in my opinion, quite oversold. For example, this is a high cap gen. What you have to understand is market conditions. Of course, Bitcoin's down, therefore altcoin's going to be down. But Quant, arguably, guys, has been down for quite a while now, and I'm potentially going to be looking to buy some more Quant because you guys know I'm very bullish on this project. So for those of you looking to buy, obviously this is not financial advice, but what I will say is simply by looking at the RSI, you can tell that this project is quite oversold. We're getting into the 30s here, guys. So in my perspective, guys, great opportunity to buy Quant. Great fundamental gem. I highly recommend, guys, if you haven't already, just do some research into this gem. You'll probably see the potential, like I see the potential. One of the things I like about Quant, guys, is if you have a look at the all-time high chart, all right, this is not a project that's been around for a very long time. And what we need to understand is the top 10 in crypto always changes. If you take Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins aside, most of the top 10 always changes. Those of you that believe that Cardano is going to be in the top 10, I personally believe that is a obsolete way to look at crypto, because at the end of the day, whether you like a project or not, it changes. And most likely, in my perspective, we're going to see at least one of these ISO compliant tokens, at least one in the top 10. It may be Algorand, it may be Quant, it may be HBAR. I'm not sure which one, but at least one. So yeah, I'm in agreement there. Quant is a great high cap gem. So one that I'm looking at right now, guys, and I did put a video about, I think 18 hours ago, is GLQ. Now, GLQ is not a high cap gem. This is a low cap gem. But I personally believe, guys, that GLQ has tons and tons of utility in crypto. It brings me to this idea that I want to talk about, guys, and it is uniqueness. Now, as you guys know, we do have a plethora of different categories in crypto: AI, RWA, we have layer zeros, layer ones, but we also have unique projects which don't fit in a narrative, which are wholly and solely unique. Now, what makes a unique project great is the fact that it has no competitors. So if you like that project and it is a very bullish project and has fundamental utility, all the money is going to be flowing into those projects. Let me give you guys an example. For example, Demetra. Demetra had no competitors, but it also had fundamental utility. That is why all the money fled into Demetra, because people found that project bullish. Now, I personally think GLQ is the same, a no-code protocol for the blockchain, a very unique project of arguably, guys, no competitors. The GLQ is the project that I'm looking to buy. And on top of that, guys, TA, in my opinion, is looking very bullish. Have a look here, guys. So we did bounce off the dynamic reactor. On top of that, guys, we're trading within the golden pocket. As you guys know, the golden pocket is one of the best buying zones in crypto, the Fibonacci, of course. On top of that, guys, if we do break through the dynamic reactor, which may be likely due to market conditions, I will be looking at the 200 EMA to act as a level of support. And most likely, guys, we're going to bounce off that 200 EMA if we do break through this second green band to see some potential towards the upside. And most likely, guys, if we break through the golden pocket, we're potentially going to be looking at around 50 to 60% returns for GLQ. Great buy, in my opinion, guys. I highly recommend you check it out. So, as I said, what project are you looking at? And I think you have a lot of background noise right now. I can hear a lot of people screaming in the background.
I'm sorry about that. I will try and improve my studio. So yeah, regarding GLQ, I'm also super bullish on GLQ. I mean, I'm a big fan of one of the things GLQ aims to do, and that's adoption. And like you said, a project that has this uniqueness and fundamentals, the utility is a very good combination. So the fact that GLQ aims to help people get started with this space with its no code movements or its visual coding, I think that's a very big deal. Letting people, helping money to flow into the crypto space by helping developers get started. So I'm going to give you another high cap that you can take good advantage of now that Bitcoin is dipping and the market has retraced, and that's Singularity Net. And to be honest, the yeah, actually Archie is right regarding the background noise. I'll be sure to mute it when I'm not talking. So yeah, Singularity Net is AGX, is a project I'm bullish on because the AI narrative is far from over, in my opinion. Every day on the internet, whenever I log in and see what people are talking about, is always an impressive feat with what AI is able to accomplish. People were always mocking how AI arts are not good, but it's getting more realistic and more difficult for people to differentiate between what an artist actually draws and what people are and what AI is able to generate. Same with the response. And that's the thing about it. It gets better, it's getting more intelligent, and it will get to the point where we can't ignore it anymore. So before AI becomes this big, getting in early on a project like SingularityNet is a big deal. Market cap less than $500 million in market cap. This is an industry that is taking over the internet and the world by storm. And people are still going to find the need for it to be decentralized, for it to be transparent on the blockchain. Even Elon Musk is threatening to sue Microsoft because they train their AI using Twitter APIs. So there's a lot of competition for the data, and AI deals with a lot of data, machine learning, using information to train its algorithm, right? That's the kind of information you don't want in the hands of corporate entities before they start inserting their politics and their bias into it. This is the kind of information that you want to be decentralized in hands of people, secured on the blockchain, and also transparent. So I think there's a very strong use case for AI on the blockchain, and one of the best crypto projects in that regards is SingularityNet. There are several reasons why I like SingularityNet, but one of the top reasons is the track record and the team. You know, the team has a very strong track record. They're behind the mind, Hanson Robotics, and the founders, the creators of Sophia robots, one of the most complicated robots out there in the world today. So these are people that know what they're doing, and they're not just using AI for a specific mission, but all of AI as a whole, it's pushing the entire narrative forward, but on the blockchain, making it decentralized. That's important use case. That justification on the blockchain is a very huge mission for SingularityNet. And the fact that they are pushing the entire narrative forward means they will also have an ecosystem, and that's something else that is bullish for the project. If you're an AI crypto project that is getting started in this space, you would like to be a part of SingularityNet ecosystem. There's projects like Hypercycle, there's projects like Rejuve, and so many more. So all of these are within the ecosystem of SingularityNet, and that just shows you how relevant it is. The first mover advantage when it comes to a project within the space always does well. Once AI starts, going forward again, before people start looking for the low caps, you would see the first one to move would be SingularityNet. So now that Bitcoin is dipping, I think this might be another good opportunity to get in on a project like SingularityNet.
Yeah, that's some great points made there. One thing I would say on top of that, SSM, is people need to realize that AI is ever growing. Now, regardless of how it performs in crypto, AI is the future. AI isn't the future because crypto is the future. AI is simply just the future. So once we realize that, we got to think to ourselves, is AI best on the blockchain? And Ben Goertzel, a genius, very intelligent man who knows AI, been studying it for 30 plus years, even when he was a very young kid, he thinks the best place for AI is on the blockchain. And he's the expert. So I'm, inclined to believe it. And on top of that, guys, SingularityNet is a fundamentally solid project. Now, what I like to see with what I like about SingularityNet is the kind of like lack of speciality of it. The fact that it's so broad, it can encompass pretty much every single AI trend there is. For example, ChatGPT. SingularityNet could build their own ChatGPT. Rejuve, Hypercycle. They can have so many different aspects of crypto because it's not merely one thing. For example, Vile is solely an AI assistant. They can't go and create things that aren't AI assistant. That counteracts with the point of the project in the first place. But SingularityNet has that flexibility to be able to do that. So I'm very bullish on SingularityNet altogether. What I'm seeing, guys, on the TA side is SingularityNet, again, guys, potentially looking like a great buy. You guys know the market conditions. Bitcoin is down, therefore altcoins are down too, especially the high cap gems. You can see it right now, guys. We're about to hit that dynamic reactor. If we do break through that dynamic reactor, well, first of all, actually, guys, if we do break through the 236 on the Fibonacci, then I am going to be looking for the golden reactor, the dynamic reactor to act as a level of support. If we do break through the dynamic reactor, I don't know why I keep saying the golden pocket in my head, the dynamic reactor, then I'm going to be looking for the 200 EMA to act as a level of support. And if for some reason, which is very unlikely in my perspective, we break through the 200 EMA, then I guess I will be looking for the 0.5 to act as a level of support. But most likely, guys, what I believe is going to happen is we're going to bounce off either the dynamic reactor or the 200 EMA. You could see here, guys, at the RSI, arguably is looking quite oversold for this project. Most likely by the time we break through the dynamic reactor, we're most likely going to see the RSI at sub 30, which is not that good. Most likely people are going to be buying the project at that level. So we're going to see most likely some upside. So something like this will probably play out. Either we bounce off the dynamic reactor, then we see some upside. I don't think that's going to happen. What I think is going to happen, guys, is we're going to break through the dynamic reactor, bounce off the 200 EMA and see some upside. If that doesn't happen, guys, then I am going to be looking, for 0.5 to act as a level of support, and then we'll bounce off that level. So most likely, guys, that's what I believe is going to happen with SingularityNet, depending on market conditions. But great buy, nevertheless, guys. I'm very bullish on this project altogether. Now, a project which I keep talking about on my channel, and I keep bringing you guys aware to this project almost every other day on my channel, is CheckDot. Now, I know you guys know about CheckDot, but I really want to reiterate the potential of this project. Now, how many times do we keep having problems in crypto? I'm pretty sure just last week alone, we saw around 3 platform hacks. We saw SushiSwap, we saw BitTrue, and many, many more. Now, this is going to keep happening in crypto. Most people will be ignorant and say, oh, it's not going to affect me, until it does affect you, until you do lose money. And then what's going to happen then? Especially you guys with a smaller portfolio. If you're dealing with very low capital and you lose $5,000, $10,000, that may be a whole portfolio. This is why a gem like Checkthought has tons of utility. Now, even if you don't buy the token, which is necessary to utilize the services, just understand that a project like this is needed. And when you do, you'll become more and more bullish on Checkthought, like I'm bullish on Checkthought. What's your thoughts on this project, SSM? And then we'll get on to the comments down below.
Yeah, CheckDot is definitely, one of the low cap gems that is a sad need within the crypto space. There's the sad reality with crypto is there's a lot of hacks and rug pulls. I'm sure many people experience that these past few days, especially with the Pepe coins, with the Pepe coins rising up. And I don't think CheckDot is going to cover all those stupid meme coins and ridiculous projects that people should be smart enough to avoid. But legit concerns like stable coin depegs, something that people might underestimate, CheckDot's got you covered. I mean, USDC and platform hacks, smart contract vulnerabilities, all of these things are issues within crypto, whether we like it or not. So CheckDot gives investors that confidence to be able to enter the space, and I think that's important because many people don't want to. Risk without take so much risk without being covered to an extent. So a project like CheckDot, good tokenomics, a good mission behind it, I think they'll do very well. Another one to pay attention to whenever it dips. I mean, we've seen what it can do. We've seen how high it can go, and it's also as this arbitrum play. If that's something important to you, I think that's another positive because they're also within the arbitrum ecosystem. So yeah, I'm bullish on CheckDot, especially in the long term.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with that. I see this foolish comment down below by Mark. He's a avid watcher of my channel, very avid. He's always in pretty much every single live stream. But he's made a very foolish comment here. He keeps mentioning Checkthought because he has so much of it, and he wants you guys to pump his bags, lol. Now, the reason I think it's a foolish comment is because even last week we saw SushiSwap have a hack, and a lot of people bought Genome's DAO, and a lot of people lost a lot of money with Genome's DAO. My goal is to help you guys make money in crypto. The money isn't made now. If Checkthought went on to do a 3x, why would I sell? We're in a bear market. The money is made in a bull market. The money is made when Bitcoin is at 100K, 220K, 150K. So let's just say what you're saying is true, which it isn't. It's stupid. Right? But let's just say it's true. I wouldn't even be selling anyway. So my bag would get pumped, then it would retrace if you see a pump. And then what? So it's a foolish comment, Mark. Please check Ariva Digital. Okay, before we do that, let's check out QIE blockchain. And SM, if you have any questions on your live stream, make sure to let me know. We can
Yeah, definitely.
QI
There aren't much comments.
No worries. So QI blockchain. Let's have a look. The only blockchain the world will ever need. Well, that is a foolish comment in itself. QI blockchain is positioned for Web3, metaverse, low transaction NFTs, and DeFi, and everything the future holds. So we see a lot of blockchains which aim to cover a lot of different things in crypto. Now, I'm not very bullish on low cap layer ones. I don't think there is a real need for them in the first place. Let's have a look at the Explorer. Okay, so we can't even find the contract based off of their own blockchain Explorer. Not very bullish. How long has this project been out for? Been out since September 2022, so this is a relatively new project. It is on Bitmart and DigiFinex, okay. Now, what I'll say, my friend, is I'm not very bullish on layer one projects or layer zero, whatever this aims to do. I think there is no real utility behind them. We have all these high cap layer ones, which have tons of utility. A lot of them are ISO compliant, tons of partnerships established. I don't think there is a real need for low cap layer ones, my friend. However, it's probably very low market cap, therefore it will probably have some short-term potential. Do you have any thoughts, SSM?
No.
The ecosystem for Singularity Net alive from May on. Now, again, Mark, another very foolish comment. And of course, guys, I'm going to answer every single comment down below. All these coins can't 100x. Now, if you're an average watcher of my channel, which you are, I don't talk about a new coin every single day. I talk about a select few gems, probably around 10 to 12 to 15 gems I talk about. That is it. Now, unless you're saying the only 3 gems are going to 100x in the next boron out of the thousands and thousands and thousands of cryptos, then this is another foolish comment. My point is to find the gems that will 100x. That's why I talk about the same projects. Now, you may not believe they'll 100x. However, what are some of the gems I've talked about? Demetra. In a bear market, it's already 30x. So if I want Demetra to do 100x by the next bull run, it only needs to 3x from this current point, and then that would be 100x. What's another project, my friend? Viot. Viot's already done a 50x. They only needed to do a 2x from its heights to then do 100x. And that's in a bear market. So please, my friend, can you stop the foolish comments down below? So let's have a look. SSM, I should have taken your advice on your live stream. I got scammed by 2 of these Peppy coins.
I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Like, I've been saying there's no need to chase these meme coins because the meme coins are purely player versus player games. It's hard enough with low caps because there are people that get in early and still sell once their bag goes up. But with coins that have strong utility and a low market cap, they are still able to generate demand by themselves because people are going to find a need, a use for the project. Like Demetra, like Demetra is a blockchain that is an agricultural tool, utilizing AI and blockchain technology to help farmers all around the world. That's something that's just by itself. People will get into the projects, people will utilize the platform, people will utilize the token, and the value will rise without without any crazy hype. There might be hype around, it's fine, but it has to be backed by utility. It has to have a real world use case. So meme coins don't really offer much. They just say, oh, we have a strong community, we're going to educate people about crypto, stuff like that. But it's not really a strong utility. So I'm really sorry to hear that. Guys, avoid any coins with PP right now. There's a lot of things about it they're not telling you. You see Elon PP, PP Inu, PP Doge, all of these crazy gains. Yeah, you see a wallet that had $250 turn into $1 million, but more likely than not, that's a dev or a whale that got in for pre-sale. It's not going to be like that. And for every $1 million someone gains, they can't sell it because of liquidity, and someone else is going to lose as much as that. So, yeah, I don't want to hate on meme coins too much, but there are better opportunities out there with low caps, and I think that's more worth your time.
Yeah, look, if you want to invest in meme coins, see it as gambling. The foolishness comes when people say, do not invest into these low cap gems, invest into meme coins instead because they are a trend. That is where the foolishness arises. Because in no way is that what you should do. For example, most of these meme coins, if you just check any of them, guys, I'm pretty sure there's one holder of like 90% of the supply, which they will dump on you when the project goes up. On top of that, guys, very low in liquidity. You may see $1 million in your account, but you could probably only sell $500, $5,000, $10,000. So just keep this in mind, guys. You are against each other when you invest in meme coins. You're all dumping on each other, even though there's a sense of camaraderie within the community, like you're all in it together. Yeah, it was foolish. Looking back at it, I just want to take advantage of the meme coin season, but I learned now. Very good to learn.
Yeah,
Ariva Digital,
definitely.
please. Oh, actually, no. On top of that, no. Morpheus Labs first, then we'll go on to Ariva Digital.
Yeah.
I think there was a comment about Morpheus Labs.
Morpheus Labs, yeah.
So what are we seeing in Morpheus Labs? I'm still very bullish on this project, SSM. I'm not sure about your thoughts. Are you still very bullish on
Yeah,
Morpheus Labs?
yeah, I mean, I've said it several times. I've let people know I'm not good at technical analysis. I prefer sentiment analysis. And personally, when I see there are several things I look at um when I'm investing in a project. How active is the development? How high is it from its all-time low? How responsive are these people to feedback? You understand? And what's the use case? What's the narrative? Is that narrative trending? All of these things come together for me to decide, oh, this is a project worth my time, worth investing in, the long-term potential. And I think Morpheus Labs ticks a lot of positive in that regard, because one of the things I always look at is projects that aid adoption. You know, cryptocurrencies can be crypto space is intimidating. You see people even scared of sending funds to addresses because they don't want to mess it up, copying contract and all of that. And that's what gave birth to MITx, Morpheus Labs. 3 MIT graduates came together and realized, oh, the crypto space is hard to understand. It's got this high barrier to entry. Why don't we make it easier? Why don't we create a platform where people can create smart contracts, test it, battle test it, make sure it's okay, make sure it's safe. Let's give SDKs and help people easily write the smart contracts. All of those features, all of those tools to help people get started in the crypto space, to help people get started with the blockchain without being so intimidating. So that's a good use case, and I think projects that aid adoption will do well. So Morpheus Labs being a project that aids adoption, being a project that lowers the barrier to entry, allowing people to transition from Web 2 to Web 3. If you're bullish on Web 3, then you'll be bullish on Morpheus Lab, because that's just the mission, to simplify Web 3. And I think that's a good mission. So yeah, I'm bullish on that idea. I'm bullish on the platform and what it can do, and I think it has a lot of use cases that can help it grow organically in the long term.
Yeah, some very great points made about Morpheus Labs. It is a fundamentally sound project with tons of utility. I'm not agreeing with the SM, but what I am seeing on like the TA side for this project is several indications that we could potentially see some upside for this project. Obviously, guys, dependent on market conditions. One thing I am seeing here, guys, is we are right now trading at the 200 EMA. We have rejected off the 200 EMA, which is great to see. So we could see some upside. Potentially, if we do break through it, we would be trading the reversal bands. And as you guys can see right here, when we trade within these reversal bands, what do we see? Most likely a reversal. When we trade within the reversal bands up here, you can see what we see, a reversal. So most likely, guys, we are hitting or rejecting off that 200 EMA. On top of that, we are trading within the reversal bands. And on top of that, if I pull up the dynamic reactor, you guys can see here, also, we are trading, or we did actually reject off the dynamic reactor. So we could potentially see some upside for this project as well with that. And one more level of confluence, guys, is most likely we will see the 382 on the Fibonacci act as a level of support. So that's like 4 levels of confluence that potentially we could see some upside. I did before have a wedge drawn, a symmetrical wedge drawn on MITX. So potentially, I think we could be breaking through that wedge on top of that to see more upside. So yeah, I think on the short term, even if you buy now, guys, there's probably some potential to the upside for Morpheus Labs. But keep in mind that the market conditions right now aren't the best. Because Bitcoin did have a pullback, most likely we're going to see altcoins follow to some degree. So we could potentially see all of this play out sooner. So we actually could see this play out very quickly. And 2 things could happen if this plays out very quickly. If it plays out very quickly, we could just see this. Or entirely possible, we could break through this all, right? And most likely look for the 0.5 to act as a level of support. And actually, if we do see that happen and we do see that play out, guys, arguably Dow theory could play out in terms of we went all the way up to we put the Fibonacci up to here. And what we actually see, guys, is we retrace all the way back down to 0.5 before we see more upside. It's called Dow theory that could play out as well. So yeah, Morpheus Labs looking very bullish in my eyes. Damn, SSM not showing my comments to you. It's because the software we're using doesn't show both of the stream comments on, so it's very hard sometimes. MITX showing a wedge right now, it seems. Yes, that is the case. At what price are you looking to accumulate more MITX, Seth? Well, to accumulate more MITX, potentially very, very soon, if not now, looking to accumulate. But it just depends on market conditions. If we see Bitcoin pull back even further, then I would wait to see what could happen with MITX. Potentially, we could get in at a much, much lower price. So just exercise patience, guys. For those of you that remember the Patrons, I will let you guys know when I aim to buy a project and such. So there was a comment up here by Gary Hemmings, which I forgot to address. I mentioned play to burn the rug game coin yesterday. This morning on checking the gainers and losers on CoinGecko, I found an entirely different coin, a 50% gain that's using the same name. You got to be very careful, guys. What I recommend you guys do is when you do look towards a project, it is good to use the ticker and the name sometimes, but use the contract. But the contract is the most safe method to use, so you know exactly what project you're dealing with, because it will take you straight back to that project. If they have different names or the same names, you're not going to get it mixed up if you do utilize the contract address, because you can't mimic someone else's contract address. So keep that in mind, guys. On top of that, how much value do you see in Cosmos Hub Atom? Now, I see a lot of value in Cosmos. I think Cosmos is a great layer 0. I think there's a lot of potential in Cosmos. However, personally myself, I'm more leaning towards Injective. Injective essentially is a mini Cosmos. As you guys know, I'm up very big on Injective, around 6x my money now, I believe, on Injective. 7x actually, it's at 7.35, around 7x of money on Injective. Most likely we are going to see a retracement with this project, but if you're looking for a great project which utilizes Cosmos, this project right here is the one I'm the most bullish on. Do you have any projects you're bullish on Cosmos, or if not Cosmos itself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm bullish. I'm always bullish on projects that support interoperability. Injective is one of them. I was also talking about it about $2.9. So yeah, it's a great project. I think it's going to do very well. And another one that deals with that interoperability, I think, but it's not really it's not it's not as serious as the other project is Immutable X. But before I talk about Immutable X, like Injective Protocol is a great tool. Like, is a blockchain tool, focuses on interoperability, and I think that's a great solution. It's not layer 0 per se. That's what I say. I like to say about several projects. There are different ways to achieve interoperability. If a project is interoperable, it could just have cross-chain capabilities. It could be blockchain agnostic. It could be layer 0. And the fact that Injective Protocol is still achieving interoperability without being a layer 0 is still cool. A layer 1 blockchain powering next generation DeFi applications. So I think that's a very good use case. So for Immutable X, if you're bullish on gaming, if you're bullish on the metaverse, I think Immutable X is a great project as well. There's a lot of gaming projects that have launched on it, and I think that's another project that you can look to accumulate, especially in this deep right now.
Yeah, I'm not to agreement there, if you SSM. I'm very, very, very bullish on Injective. I've been covering this project for a very long time on my channel, months and months and months ago. This is quite a it's quite an undervalued project. If you look at the ecosystem alone, it has all the major cryptocurrencies on it: Polygon, Matic, Binance. Injective, guys, is essentially a blockchain really specifically catered towards the financial industry. They aim to allow you guys to build exchanges, to build financial applications as a whole. And that is why it's very bullish, because pretty much all the crypto, guys, is finance related. So Injective, guys, it's a great gem. On top of that, the fact that it's 7xing in a bear market when Bitcoin isn't even at 50K or anything, just shows you guys the utility and fundamental strength behind this project. So keep that in mind, guys. I'm very bullish on Injective Protocol. So what's that scoring system Archie used by CheckDot to look for project score? It's the extension that CheckDot does had that you can add on to projects. It gives you guys a score based off of their systems and algorithms, which determine whether or not a project is essentially less risky or more risky. Personally, what I would do, guys, is just do the fundamental things you need to do. I know it's not ideal. You guys want a quick, method in order to doing everything. But guys, at the end of the day, trust your own eyes. Go and Etherscan, look at the holders, use Token Sniffer, look at the tokenomics. At the end of the day, if you learn these fundamental things yourself, you don't need to rely on, other tools. Community, technical, and one more. Injective is the best. Exactly. It is a very great project. How can I use the CheckDot thing in my coin markup? Just get the extension is on Chrome, I do believe. Injective markup is near all-time high. Indeed, what I would say, guys, is it's not the best time to buy Injective. It made an all-time high not too long ago, so which is great to see, guys. But what I will say is this is not the best time to buy Injective Protocol. Game Starter, a launch pad with 5 partnerships. Take a look. They have Polygon partnerships too. I've I've known about Game Starter for a very long time. Potentially could be looking for some things on Game Starter on my side. Do you guys like Chainlink? Yeah, I like Chainlink. Chainlink has fundamental utility. Whatever anyone thinks about Chainlink is irrelevant, as it's being utilized by pretty much all the major projects within crypto as an Oracle solution. Therefore, it has utility, whether we like the project or not. What's your thoughts on Chainlink?
Yeah, I think Chainlink is great. It's got good fundamentals. However, I think you can make a lot of gains by looking at a competitor, because Chainlink is a little bit of a disappointment in the high caps. especially with its tokenomics. There's a lot of selling pressure with Chainlink, and I really thought once they implement staking, I don't know how well it works. It should solve that issue. So it's got good fundamentals. It works well, but the system at which it operates might not help people give good returns right now. So I think people can look into other Oracle providers just for. I'm just thinking they have potential. They'll have a lot of potential to give good gains. So that's my thoughts regarding Chainlink and the Oracle providing space in crypto.
Great take. So I can see down below Jobin and Great Man talking about Inshore Ace. Now, this is a low cap gem sitting at a market cap around $5 million. On top of that, guys, you can see right here the tokenomics aren't too bad. We have around 62% in circulation. It's always good to check the holders, guys. We talk about this all the time on our channel. Just have a look at the holders. Takes about 20 seconds and could change your mind on the project altogether. Now, you can see here a wallet, no smart contract, holding 28% of the supply. On top of that, this is most likely to do with the project here. Got the stakers, again, another smart contract. The only thing that's looking worrisome is this one wallet holding 28%. Now, if we have a look, I assume this is a decentralized insurance protocol, similar to ChatDot most likely. Reliable but robust protection services to DeFi users. Okay. Now, do they have a working product? Because this is what I'll be looking to do, because ChatDot has a working product. Compare it to the other projects in the niche. Does it have a working product? Let's have a look. Bridge cover now available. So do they aim to protect against... Okay, so they do have a working product. Let's have a look at. Okay, that's good to see. They have a couple different decentralized insurance protocols already. Active cover amount is 5.2 million. Wow, so this could be a great competitor to ChatDot, guys. I will have a look at this in my own time. Right now, guys, I'm not looking... There's nothing worrisome about this project that I could see straight up. Do you have any thoughts on it, SSM?
No, it looks interesting. It looks very interesting.
Crypto Archie, Chainlink sucks. I have a better low cap version. Always looking for the low cap version. Now, that may promulgate very lucrative returns, guys, but it's not always guaranteed that a low cap will perform well or replace its high cap alternative. WadSpay is a very interesting project. I am currently bullish on WadSpay. We saw a lot of, bullish price action of it very recently, doing multiple X's. Most likely, it's not the best time to buy into WadSpay, but as a long-term play, very bullish. Why SSM thinks Hustle token is potential like Hello Labs? Well, this is your floor, SSM. Why do you believe that?
Okay, so there are very few entertainment cryptos that I have in my portfolio, and I've got Defina Finance, I've got Nakamoto Games, Fabworld, but there's no much music. I've only talked about Audios. I'm bullish on Audios. I'm holding some as well. And Audios is at the $300 million market cap. And I think Hustle is also a low cap gem with a lot of potential. NFTs have a lot of use cases, but people know NFTs mainly for pictures, And I think music and video is also a very strong use case for NFTs. And the Hustle project is doing that well. I like the fact that they have a working platform that allows musicians list whatever music or album they have as NFTs. So, and it completely breaks that barrier between an artist and their supporter. It's something that is being used by, I think, B-list celebrities in the US, and for what they are doing low cap on different blockchains. I think that's good. Polygon, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain. So in addition to that, they've also got this thing that they are really pushing forward. Is more than just a platform for musicians and their fans to connect, breaking that barrier from record labels and stuff like that. Musicians get fully compensated. I like the fact that there's also the metaverse that they are integrating into the platform and the project. There's this thing that they do, like with the Hustle projects, you can enter the metaverse and interact with so many other people, attend the musicians' concerts, stuff like that. So using the metaverse, interacting with other people and interacting directly with your audience, I think that's a very good use case for music, for NFTs, and I think is a very good diversification of portfolio. If you believe if you're bullish on NFTs and you believe there's a strong sector for entertainment within crypto, we've seen it with arts. I think music is also a sector within crypto that would do very well. And for the market cap, I think this project has a lot of potential. It's less than 500K in market cap, so I think that's something that I'm bullish on.
Would you not say it's quite early days to compare it to a project like Hello Labs? Because, Hello Labs did exist before the Hello we know it as today. They had the little game. It wasn't that successful, but they have the names, they have the influencers. Those crypto influencers can go a very long way in crypto because at the end of the day, guys, people just listen to the influencers in crypto, whether it's BitBoy, even if you like him, whether it's Alex Becker, people listen to them and they invest into those projects. Do you think
Yeah,
Hustle could compete on that level with those
yeah,
influencers, or
that
do you
that's
think they can coexist and
definitely
perform well?
yeah, that's definitely one of the factors I took into consideration. I like the fact that they got celebrities talking about it. If you check their Twitter page, you'd see some artists talking about it, and I think that's quite impressive because the his audience will definitely try to connect with him using that platform. So he's got a working product already that is being used, and that's a big deal. So it's also a project that has been around since 2021. So definitely means they've been around for a while. They know what they are doing. Yeah, I mean, so that's a good thing. It's got celebrities. I don't know Styles P personally. I don't know him as a fan, but I do know the platform is being used by celebrities out there, and I think that's a good use case already.
Yeah, I'm not to agreement there. So Epic Cash quick take. Epic Cash. You have a quick take on Epic Cash? I don't really have an opinion on Epic Cash.
Yeah, let's quickly look at it. I mean, I think it's founded by some Nigerians. I got some comments on my Telegram talking about it, so I think they want us to cover it right now in the live stream.
Let's
So
have a look
Epic
at it then.
Cash, yeah,
Decentralized privacy enhanced cryptocurrency developed by a growing volunteer community. So scarce max supply, proof of work, okay. Fungible, censorship resistant, centralized resistant. You know what? I'm starting to be more bullish on proof of work, guys. And I think Crypto Arch is as well. And this project, scarce supply, 16 million tokens in supply already, $23 million in market cap. Merely off of community alone, this project could potentially perform well. 1 second, let me remove Bitcoin off here. It's gone all the way up to around $19 million in market cap before. So around a 4-5x from all-time high with this project. Now, this is the downside, I'd say. If you have a look at the
and
exchanges,
accessibility.
only ViteX. Now, I don't know what ViteX is. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but very limited to buy this project. We can't just go on a SEX and buy it. Can't even go on a DEX and buy it. So it's going to be very hard for people to buy this project. Let's have a look. Chainlink is very good. However, I can't invest as it's so high cap. Well, that's not the case. Most likely these high caps will perform very well. A 30x on your money is no joke, my friends. Epic Protocol, please. Epic Cash, Epic Protocol. What's next? Let's have a look, guys. Do you have any thoughts on Epic Protocol?
Yeah, I mean we've discussed it on these channels on our live streams before. It's combining artificial intelligence and decentralized storage, and I think those are two narratives that I'm bullish on. So it's just simply for storing and distributing data that has to do with artificial intelligence. So if you're bullish on AI, if you're bullish on decentralized storage, I think you'll find it useful. But I think it's more leaning to AI than decentralized storage, because if a project is decentralized storage, it doesn't matter what kind of data it is or what the data will be used for. So saying it's storing data for AI is just kind of hopping on that AI narrative. So I just think it's more of the fact that is a what kind of project would you even classify it as? Like, is it decentralized storage
Personally,
or
I'd
AI?
classify Epic Protocol as an AI project because this idea of just because a project utilizes data doesn't make it a decentralized storage project. Now, most cryptos utilize data, every single. Would you say an Oracle is a decentralized storage project? No, but it gets data from on and off chain. So I would classify it as an AI project. The main reason people are investing into it is because it has AI slapped all over it. It has Singularity Net as the partnership. So personally, I would classify it as an AI project. And look,
So
it's not a
that's
bad
it.
project. It has Singularity Net backing them, which will go a long way. Singularity Net arguably is the father of all AI projects. So it could perform well. But personally, myself, I think there is better low cap gems of potential out there, like Checkdot, for example. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, Burgess is okay. Let me see. Yeah,
What
five.
are your 5 low cap? Actually, before we do that, let's go into this project here. Dia. So Dia seems to be at $32 million in market cap, around 50% in circulation. Great markets. You can see Binance there. Wow. So it previously has performed all the way up to around $325 million in market cap. So again, with that 10x or more time high. If you have a look at this project, cross-chain oracles for Web3. Okay. There's a lot of Oracle projects in crypto, and it's kind of like DeFi in a way. So many oracles, so many DeFi projects. Now, what is the main specific use case of this Oracle project compared to all the other ones?
I'm not
Now,
sure.
I can't myself see. This one seems to be interconnecting all the exchanges. That may be the use case or the unique selling point of this project. I don't have much opinions on this, my friend. I could do some more research if you would like, or if enough people request it. But from my perspective, there isn't much for me to say. If you're before BitBoy, you will gain. For example, Crust Network. We got into Crust Network before BitBoy even covered it. I found a game you will know. It's called Wall Street Game, and its mobile too looks bullish. Wall Street Game. I'll take a look into this, my friend Ruzmita. That is very bad. Coin store coming very soon next month. Can you check Emporium Crypto? Really, you think Chainlink could even 30x, even to high cap? Look, what I'm saying is just because it's a high cap doesn't mean it's not going to do a 10, 30, 40x. A lot of the high cap gems that we have now, people do project them to do 20, 30x's. So keep this in mind. You don't always need to flood to low cap gems. Trash cash. So let's have a look at it. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. No worries, brother. So Emporium Crypto. We'll have a look at Emporium, and then we will look to wrap up the stream here, guys. By the way, guys, this was a surprise live stream. I will be going later at 9 p.m. UAE time to keep the schedule that I did propose. But I just wanted to go live here with SSM because SSM was meant to join us yesterday live, but he didn't join us then. So we wanted to just do another live for you guys. So Emporium Crypto. I don't believe I can find this project, my friend. So unfortunately, I can't really get it up here. So if you guys have any questions, let us know down below. If not, we will be wrapping it up here. Let's have a look. I don't think I can find any more comments down below. I'll give you guys some time.
Sorry, I was muted. I said there's this comment that says some low caps that we're looking into. So I think I can give a couple of low caps.
Oh, yeah,
right?
we forgot that comment. We forgot this comment, didn't we? This one.
Yeah, and there was this project that you made a video on recently, and I looked into the project and I really like it. Artificial generated image guy, or is it generated artificial image?
Generative, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very good project. I mean, one of the biggest issues with AI generated image is crediting. There's always this controversy about AI stealing an artist's work. So this platform is solving that issue, and just that alone makes me bullish on it. I always love projects when they are able to solve a real world problem, and the fact that this project is able to credit the creator of every image that is used to train the AI for every image that is built subsequently. It's a big deal. So right now it's limited mainly to AI generated image, but there are roadmap plans to extend that to other images in the Web2 space that is used to train it. And then for each time the algorithm uses that to train its system for creating another image, the original creator gets rewarded in some sort of royalties. So I think, the platform looks nice. They have a good roadmap, good tokenomics, and they have some, really good images, like killer images. So it can be really big. It can be something that the crypto community can connect to and vibe with. I think that's a low cap gem that you guys can pay attention to. If you're bullish on AI and AI image generation, I think that's one of the biggest use case for AI, like casual use case for AI, other than Chat GPT, generating images. There are many viral photos of the Pope playing basketball or Trump being arrested. So people tend to have fun with that. And if you can put that on the blockchain and monetize it somehow and reward artists without all of that issue of crediting, I think that's a very strong use case for GAI.
Yeah, I'm not to agreement. You know what makes generative very unique is the fact that all the other AI image generation platforms, they just you put in a text and they give you an image. Generative allow you to train these models to essentially learn and adapt to meet specific styles you would like. So in the future, if everything is AI image generation, we're going to need a lot of different bots creating a lot of different styles of art. And one bot probably can't do all different styles of art. So we need to train specific bots to do specific styles. For example, one to be a graphics designer, and one to be a painter, loads of different styles. So that's why generative is a very great project in my opinion. And also the models allows the AI, the images to be copyrighted essentially over the blockchain to allow you guys to actually have ownership over your AI art and not just it being AI. So I think it's a very great project. So Wall Street Games, I had a look, my brother. And if you have a look here, this isn't looking the best. Too many wallets holding too many of the tokens. On top of this, there is really no need to have a what? So what's this? Million, billion, quadrillion, a 1 quintillion supply. There really is no need to have that much of a supply, and it makes me question why they did this in the first place. It is low in market cap, though. It is listed on PancakeSwap, Gate.io, so it has a lot of different exchanges. So most likely what we probably will see is short-term price movement with this project. You can see here, guys, it performed previously already. Most likely this project won't move again from this current point. That's what I'm seeing with this project. What's the last project someone talked about? I think it was Scale. I did have a look at this, Jobin, on my last live stream, and I was looking potentially quite bullish on this project. I'm pretty sure I added it onto my watch list, and I was going to do some further research into it. So I will let you know very, very soon my thoughts on this project because it was looking quite good. I'm addicted to its game. It looks very bullish. You have to detach the emotion, my friend, because even though it may be a great game, will it perform well? If it's already performed well before, will people invest into it again? Because what you have to realize, guys, is crypto is a means of investment, and if people won't invest into a project which they don't believe will make them money. So what's those project lists, Sam? Is it High and then Nodal?
Yeah, I think someone in the comments is asking us to take a look at High. And I'm just looking at it over on my screen here. It's got 64% in circulation. I think it's a cyber security crypto project. So I guess similar vibes with insurance, security and insurance. I think they are very similar. It's all about giving people confidence. But I will say this: it's an admirable use case, and it's people will find a use for it. But one of the things I always say is sometimes people might not necessarily go out of their way to use a blockchain alternative, except it's doing something like much better than the Web2 space. Take, for example, I like using Hive as an example for this, or freelance crypto projects. Them existing, their justification on the blockchain far outweighs their Web2 alternative. So if there are free aspects to cybersecurity, like token sniffer, or just if there are simple ways that people can easily check if a project is safe, they might not necessarily go to the Web3 version of it. I don't know whether or not you get what I'm saying here. So it's not as direct as, say, check dots. Check dots has a more direct impact in terms of insurance. But for checking whether a project is safe, there are many free tools, many free alternatives for using it. I don't know whether I've not tested it, so I like the idea, but I don't know whether there's a good justification to spend money to use their platform just to check whether a project is safe or not. Because many people tend to use the free alternatives of checking whether or not they want to invest in a project.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there, Sam. And I think this comment here kind of also sums up a great point. It's kind of like saying this. I'll give you guys an example with gaming so everyone can understand. It's more likely that Rockstar come into the blockchain and make a decentralized GTA than someone else creating a decentralized GTA. Because they're going to know how to do it better. They have all the money. They're a $billion corporation. They know what they're doing. They have all the experts. Most likely, they're going to be the ones who are able to do it. Partnerships within the Web2 space is very important in crypto. On top of that, having a partnership in the Web2 space within your crypto project adds even more utility to it, because they wouldn't partner with any random project. They're not going to partner with any random project. They're going to partner with a project which they believe has utility. For example, Altura. Altura got Unity as a partnership. And to me, what that says is Unity see Altura as a viable solution. What Altura claim they can do, apparently it is true according to Unity. So this is why it is very, very important in crypto to have these partnerships. It really does go a very long way. So guys, I think that's everything we're going to be talking about today. I am very, busy. I have some things I need to do. I will be going live at 9 p.m. UAE time to continue the typical live stream structure that I did have. This is not going to be a regular occurrence. This was just a random live stream we decided to do a bit of a Q&A with you guys. But I hope you guys did enjoy this live stream and got your questions answered. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for being in here today. We will be out now, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. We will see you guys later. Goodbye.
Take care.